I have another interesting project for you, and this is a type of spruce, Abies coreana, or fir. Some people call it a fir, and the firs, some people call it the Korean fir, isn't it? Abies coreana from Korea. And look at this, it's a grafted tree, and because it's quite old already, it is loaded with cones. And Josh has just pointed out to me that the cones, we've opened the cones out and look at these lovely seeds that are in it. So I'm not going to waste these cones because I like to grow things from seed. So you can see the lovely seeds. We will save this should I not use the cones as part of the design. I like challenging projects, and this is a very challenging tree. What can you make out of it? In this leading style, you may say, I'll make it a windswept tree, being blown by the wind that way, or being blown by the wind this way. But I don't think that is interesting. I don't like the windswept style. I don't think it would make a windswept style. So whenever you get something as puzzling as this, the first thing to do is to take it out of the pot and then try and prop it up in different angles to see what is the best possible solution for this tree. Okay, so instead of having it like this in its original disposition in the pot, let's put it like this to see what happens. See, if you put it like this, you get an upright tree straight away. You've got an upright tree. These are the possible branches. That can be a leader. So you've got that as a possible solution. Let me bring my famous bag and apply the bag trick and show you how to do it. I think by the time you've seen all my videos, you'll get an idea as to how I think. So what you can do is put a bag and just see what it would look like if the tree ended up somewhere here. Not so tall. Something like that, you see? Like that. Can you see the shape? A nice natural S bend, and you got an upright tree growing this way. The only problem with doing it that way, you don't see the beauty of this bend here, but that is a possible solution. Okay, the other solution would be if we revert to the original disposition like this, you can make it a cascade by taking this up as a head. As you know, all cascades have to have a little head. This can be the head and this can be the tail. So you got the proper cascade or semi-cascade like this. So that's another solution. So you've got two solutions already. The third solution, if you didn't want to use that as the front, you can use it like this as well. Maybe use this as the leader. So if you use this as the front, you see the trunk better, and the solution could be somewhere here. Like so, up to here. Can you see? Like so, you got a very nice informal upright tree like this. So it's crying out to be informal upright. If you want it to be even more drastic, let me show you a very drastic solution that I did see. The other drastic solution is this. If we were to cut off 75 or 80% of the tree, you could get this as a solution. How about this? Get rid of that so you get a nice stumpy tree with a thick trunk, a very nice S bend, and the tree coming back like this. So you can do this. So there are so many possible choices. So this will be a short tree with a thick trunk, and you can make it like an informal upright like that. But whether I would want to do that or not remains to be seen. You know, you take all the trouble to grow all that. Should I waste that? So this is where I don't want to take a split-second decision to go that way. But I think that would make a beautiful solution to the tree. That would make a marvelous solution. I might well do that. I might well do that. So I don't dilly-dally, you know, I always like to take a decision. So let me see what will happen. So here we are. Oh, yes. Josh is thinking like I do. Okay. Yeah. So here goes. I will keep that in case I use this. Maybe I don't need all that. So off it comes. We will keep the cones to collect the seed. There you go. You still photographing? So there you are. We've reduced the size of the tree straight away. Looking quite interesting. We can even probably use some of these branches. So that could be a branch. So this could be a branch. This could be a branch this way. And this could be a nice gin there. So we will proceed to wire this to give it a bend and then do this like that. So we're going to do some wiring. All right, decision taken. So let me show you what we've done so far. So we've cut one branch off. We've taken that off. So that's been taken off. And we've ended up with a side branch. The side branch is going to be our leader. So we wired that. We wired a double. So that wire is anchored there. And that other double is anchored here. So with those two, and using this as the front, we're going to form the base of the triangle. You've got the base of the triangle there. And I'm going to make an S shape with this. An S shape with this. How nice is that? So straight away. And then we will take the leader and make that a branch. Again, using the leader as a branch instead of that. And we can probably keep this for good measure. I don't want to cut everything off. And this we're going to gin. So we will do some fine wiring. We'll wire all these little branches and arrange them in position. So the basic tree is almost done. We are going to wire some of these subsidiary branches, but we don't need all of them. So I'll show you what we're going to take off. I think I will keep this one because it may add some interest. This thick part is going to become ginned. So let's get rid of these little bits, these little stubs there. And of course, to do a gin, we really need to strip the wood, not too long. So I did a slanting cut at the back, and I'm going to tear this towards the front like that. And we will reduce that length, maybe with the Stanley knife. So that's going to be pared back like that. So that's going to be a gin that way. So we're going to wire these little branches here. You don't need all of them because there are far too many. But because this tree is such a slow growing tree, I might need to consider leaving some so that they can develop over time. So we can virtually use everything that there is here, not cutting too much off. Okay, so we wired that and that, everything in pairs, even those pads, even that one wired to all of that and that way, and we make a gin and the tree is virtually complete. So that we can flatten like that, and you can see the tree already. Okay, a little more wiring. So we've literally only worked about half an hour on this tree, half an hour. The decision was to take this long branch off. I was going to make it a cascade originally, or a semi-cascade like that. But then we had other options of making informal upright in so many different ways. And because it has such a beautiful trunk, it's a grafted tree, such a beautiful trunk, I thought I'd do something more in proportion. So what I've got Josh to do is wire virtually all the branches. This was a branch we were going to cut off, but I told Josh to leave it because It fills that lovely space. And I didn't want the gin to be too prominent. In fact, sometimes I always say that a gin has to be appropriate. If that gin is not appropriate, I might even take it off. It's not quite right. You know, you're just forcing gin for the sake of gin. It may not need it. So that gin could be taken off. And again, that leader we've made into a side branch to form the head. So you don't always have to use the leader going straight up. So this is formed a beautiful little crown, a mature crown. Now, this tree has got several good points. And if you look at it from all sides, this tree is nice even this way. You look at it this way. Look at it. Every side is nice. Every side is nice. Tilt it more like that. You see how nice it is like this. So if it's put in a round pot, people can use it in all different directions. If you use it like this, even this is a nice front, like that. See, this could make a very nice front. So there are so many possible fronts to this tree. So this has been one of the most satisfying projects we've done because we went completely against the grain. That long sweeping branch, we're thinking of making a windswept tree, semi-cascade tree, formal upright using the entire length. But in the end, we used a side branch and made that the apex, and that is the complete tree. How satisfying is that? So, Josh, thank you for doing the wiring. We've had a lovely time working that. So the only doubtful feature would be that gin. I frankly do not like that gin, so I might get rid of it. But again, I'm not going to rush to repot it. There's always a temptation to do it. But because we are still in the 3rd week of January, I'll probably wait 1 more month before I pot it up. And it'll probably go in a drum pot. So I will show you the repotting on another occasion. So thank you very much. Thank you for our volunteers. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. So I'm showing you the final picture of this ABs that we did, this Korean Fir, and it's come out very nice. And if I can remind you what it started off life like, it was a long potential cascade or semi-cascade like that. So we took the bold decision to cut that off, and hey presto, we've got a short compact tree. Now, to complete the video, I really should be repotting it, but as I told you, I'm not so anxious to do it in case I kill the tree. So looking to the future, there are so many possibilities. Because it's a lovely compact tree, this could be a suitable pot, that size. It could be a bit tight because the first repot, I may not want to put it in such a small pot. I may have to cut too much root off. I might put it in a slightly larger pot like that to make it more comfortable for the tree. I know that a lot of people are very keen to make the thing look as if it's a complete exhibition tree, but you've got to be patient. You've got to let it settle down and perhaps a year later put it in a smaller pot. And for the future, I'm so fond of these incurved drum pots. That is also a possibility. That would be a nice pot for that one. So is this. So these are all possible pots. And of course a rectangular or even an oval would suit that tree. So this is the future direction of the tree. And I hope you have enjoyed seeing the process of making this. As I said, I really enjoyed it because we took such a radical decision to arrive at this solution. So I will show you the progress when we come to repotting it. I will promise you I'm going to do a very comprehensive repotting video, and I will show you when this is done. So today is the 27th of January now, and I'm going to wait maybe till the middle of February before I start repotting this. So thank you.